guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I am going to be answering your questions about starting at University of Oxford, what to expect, what to prepare for, do's and don'ts. I get bored easily, so I'm going to change up the background every question, maybe every couple of questions. But I'm not just going to be sat here. Why am I not in focus? The most common question I've been asked is, what is Freshers Week at Oxford really like? That really depends on you as a person, what your preferences are, and also what your college has booked to do with the group. And so I can't really answer on behalf of everyone else, but I can show you what mine was sort of like and how it went. Can I have a room key, please? Yes, of course. How Freshers Week kind of works at Oxford, I assume it's pretty similar to other places, but also because it's collegiate, it will be different, which means that each college will do different things. Some might do the same thing, but the combination of different nights, events and things in the day that people put on will vary by college, so it's quite hard to say this is what you will be doing. There are timetables of events that are on Facebook groups and offer holder pages, but do not buy the tickets for those events because you don't know if your college is doing that, and you don't want to go off by yourself and do a random night that your college isn't doing in the first week unless you know other people who are going, and most people don't. During the day there's lots of events like Freshers Fair, talks, signing on to all the admin stuff like doing your email, registering in the library. You also tend to get work set in Freshers Week at Oxford, and I guess at other places as well, but we, for example, got set an essay on the Tuesday of Freshers, which was due in, I think, on the Saturday, which meant that we really did have to balance our time immediately, which was rough, but I guess it sets the tone. That obviously then did mean that I was in the library in Freshers Week. Might seem grim, and it kind of is, but it wasn't necessary. I could have worked in my room, but I also wanted to get a feel for the place, and it was empty, so it was nice to work there on Freshers Week. There was a different night out every day, and I didn't make every night, most people don't, because we have work set, and also because it's totally unnecessary and really ruins your body for the rest of term. Because Oxford is so fast paced, it's so hard to catch up after you've gone out every day and drained your body down that much. You're just ill for the rest of term. If you don't want to go out, there's also events going on in college, so we had a bake-off screening with snacks. There's usually movie nights going on, drama events, sports events, free trial sessions and things like that. And also your college might have a university gym membership which they give you for free. It honestly depends what your college facilities are and whether they've paid for the free gym membership, but that gym is in Iffley, which is a bit further out from the centre. But it is a good gym, and yeah, if you've got it for free, then also a lot of people do that on Freshers Week and go set up their gym membership. So again, it really depends how you do it. I do remember on Freshers Week we had about 3 formal halls, which is a fancy formal dinner, but it was called an informal formal for 2 of them, which meant you didn't have to wear a dress or a shirt and tie or anything. It was just you go in your normal clothes, but they serve you a 3-course meal with wine, which was a bit strange. Not gonna lie, considering I didn't really drink in Freshers Week at all. I didn't like to, and I certainly didn't like wine, so it felt like a bit of a waste because we had to pay, I think, £70 for Freshers Week food in advance, and that was for breakfast. Was great. I had breakfast every day bar one, and I could get unlimited breakfast, which is a cooked breakfast or a cold breakfast in with that money. Lunch again was fine because it was just a normal lunch, but when the dinner, I just knew I was paying for the wine and it made me quite annoyed. One of those formals is with all of the tutors, so you'll be sat in subjects and that's your subject dinner, and I really enjoyed that because it meant that you got to talk to your tutors in a friendly get to know me session before your tutorial, which kind of broke down those barriers a bit, and you realise that they were just nice. Maybe not normal, but great people. Another question that came up a few times was how can people find out about sports clubs and societies on Freshers Week? So there will be a Freshers Fair and your college will arrange either one, I think day 1 or day 2, I'm pretty sure there's 2 days of Freshers Fair, and you'll get a wristband, a goodie bag, and you'll go around and collect basically freebies and like sign up to emails, and I am still getting emails for things I signed up to on Freshers Week and never attended. But there's so many societies. Like I signed up for scuba diving, gymnastics, cheerleading, Archaeology Society, all sorts of things that I have both enjoyed doing during my time or, you know, never looked at again. But yeah, all of them will be at the Freshers Fair, and there will be lots of information about that given to you on Freshers Week. How much did you spend on Freshers Week? How much did you spend on Freshers Week? Informative as ever. Freshers Week costs, you know, what you make of it. So if you're gonna go out every night, a ticket was I think £5 or £6, and then drinks on top of that. Definitely, you know, don't spend your money on drinking in the club, because for starters, once you get drunk, you're probably gonna be less strict with your money. And you really want to be saving at uni and not just spending. Some people will be able to spend more than other people and don't get caught in the pressure of they're buying loads of drinks, so you have to do that too. You do not. And there's lots of free events too, lots of non-drinking events. There's just no pressure really to spend lots of money. And I really didn't spend that much money at all compared to my friends, because I didn't really drink, and that was where the big difference in cost came from. St. Peter's College Bar. Salad.
Okay.
In all seriousness though, St. Peter's Bar really is the cheapest place to get drinks in Oxford. A pint at the moment, like last year, was no more than £2.50, and single in a mix is £1.50, double in a mix is £2.50, most shots are £1, same with Jaeger bombs, and soft drinks like for a can of 60p, I think that's pretty standard, but for just like post mix, like just Coke, Diet Coke, etc., half a pint is 50p and a pint is £1. Obviously Spoons, in the holidays, for Freshers Week, Peter's Bar's not open, so you have to go to Spoons or like buy from Tesco. Hertford Bar is also really cheap, not much different to Peter's, but there's not as much room, I don't think, but it is a really good bar, I would recommend. Not reading the reading list is only going to hinder your future self, and if I was going to, you know, teach you how to do Oxford in retrospect, I would definitely read at least some of the reading list, and ones which say that they're like super important texts, definitely read them, because coming into a tutorial at the start of first year, understanding or at least recognising some of the words and the people who they're talking about makes it so much easier, and means that when you come to revise, you kind of do know what's going on and you're not relearning again. First tutorial, more than anything, is for the tutors to kind of see where you're at, see where your strengths lie, just see at the very start, almost like a baseline test that you probably did in secondary school, just to see what they can help you with the most and what they can focus their discussion on in the one-on-one or one-on-two, 3 that you have in your tutes. It is so daunting for the first one, and it is probably not much later than Freshers Week actually. I think I had mine on like the Tuesday of first week. Freshers Week is North Week, like 0th week, and I called it North Week for like the whole first term, as in North and South. So yeah, it's 0th, not North. I definitely felt like the other people in my tutorial knew more than I did. So that was, you know, that was intimidating and a bit like, why am I here? But you've just got to, you know, just look at yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people, because those tutors have chosen you for a reason. They liked you, they saw potential in you. They've read your essays that you submitted, they've read your personal statement, they know your grades, they know how you coped in the interview. You need to take advantage of having other people who are just as intelligent as you in an institution,
there is, and this goes for any university, there is no point singling yourself out and thinking, right, I need to do this all by myself, this whole workload has to be mine. If you've got books to read for a shared tute, share them. Yes, some people will let you down now and again, but that gives you leeway to let them down now and again. Like, that sounds grim, but it just gives you a break. And yeah, you've got to go back to those books in the end and like reread them for yourself to actually like pass your exams. But to just do, you know, 1.5 to 2 essays a week is a ridiculous ask. And I'm not entirely sure why Oxford and Cambridge do it like this, because it is pretty detrimental to like mental health. But you can get through it with the help of your peers. Do not single yourself out, work as a team, go into that tutorial as a group, not as individuals.
Yes! Hey!
Oh, you nasty.
So yes, you do get downtime at Oxford. Honestly, it's just how you manage your time. If you manage your time well and get your work done efficiently, then you will have more downtime. I, in first year, was not very good at time management because it was a whole new environment. When you've been working on something for ages, you don't have the attention span that you did when you started, and that's okay. So you need to take proper breaks rather than like taking stupid breaks while it's working as a big block and not actually, you know, stopping. That is not efficient, and you won't have proper downtime if you do that.
If you are worrying about what clothes to wear, I would say to bring several warm outfits and then maybe 2 or 3 going out outfits depending on like what you like to do in your spare time. You'll also need like a gym kit and sportswear because that is really good to keep your mental health tip top. There's not much swimming. There is a pool, so maybe 1 swimming costume and obviously like towels. But I definitely go for a big coat, a set of hat and gloves, because sometimes it snows in Michaelmas, although not every year. And several pairs of shoes, like trainers. If you've got wellies or walking boots for when it snows, then that is probably a good idea. But like slippers, a couple pairs of trainers, and if you've got any shoes that you like to go out in. Don't bring heels though, completely pointless unless there is a ball. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope it was moderately helpful. I know it was a bit daft at times. I tried to answer every question that I was asked in relation to Freshers Week and like just starting Oxford. I am going to do some more videos answering other questions that are more about the application process, because I didn't want to shove them all into one video and it'd be too long and slightly irrelevant. So yeah, that's that. Please give me a massive thumbs up, because it really does help to like promote the video. Give me a comment, tell me if I've forgotten anything. If you're at uni and you want to share some advice for Freshers Week, please leave it below. I'd also be really grateful if you could share this video on Twitter or Instagram, wherever you share things, because again, that really helps it to be widespread and other people can be helped by it too. So thank you very much for your attention. I will see you next Friday.